Hello, it is the end of my day. I am just finishing editing this video that you're about to watch. It is the day before Alex's birthday. I thought that I was just going to have a fairly straightforward day, getting ready for his birthday, finishing off getting presents ready, making a cake. However, things went wrong. So during the day, I had a little bit of an accident. And then towards the end of the day, I ended up in hospital at emergency, and it took a very long time. And I was super worried because my doctor thought that I may have cancer development. And so I was hanging out to find out whether that was so. So watch on. You will take the whole journey with me. And yeah, it is so hard. So hard. You never know what twists and turns are going to happen your way when you have metastatic cancer. And yeah, anyway, so stay tuned. We start with the nice, easy day, and then we end up in hospital. And you'll see what happens from there. It's Alex's birthday tomorrow. I'm about to go shopping because I've bought him a wine cellar, and I should be using my thing because my hand's shaky. There's Jonty.
I had to print out my task sheets.
Yeah.
And then I left them at home, and I just need them so I can actually look at the task sheet. And the problem is that they cost money to print out at uni.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to do that.
No, I don't want to forget them.
Yeah. Jonty just left, and then he arrived back again.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yep.
ADHD. Jeez. Got it from me. All right. Have a good day at uni, mate.
Yep.
Okay. My hand is shaking as I'm holding that. You can't see it too badly. But yeah, I am really struggling with going down all of these drugs. Am I really struggling with the drugs, Jonty?
Are you?
Is one vlogger meets the other vlogger. Yeah.
Vlogger.
Yep.
It's getting interesting.
Yep. So he's got the GoPro.
Yep. This is how I film.
That's how Jonty films.
My little thing down.
On Farmer Jonty, except he doesn't edit. So Farmer Jonty has been neglected.
Hasn't had any videos for 6 months, but I've invested in a GoPro anyway. My 100
You need to get a friend going. I've got the DJI, what do you call this? A gimbal. And I've got a microphone.
No, this is way better, guys. GoPro all the way.
Nah. I wouldn't mind getting a DJI, like the Osmo 3. That'd be cool. Yeah. So, mother and son vlogging.
Yep,
that's
it.
What do you call it? You should do a collab. I think that my people might like you more than your people like me. Yeah. Okay, see ya.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I love my boy. Have a good day. Yeah. So I'm gonna go in and get Alex's present. Yeah, the going down all the steroids has really been tough. Which is why I probably haven't been vlogging much. Been taking it really easy, taking it slow. I feel like, see Jonty? I feel like I'm keeping on top of things kind of, and not 100% emotions, but I feel like as it's going down, it may be a little bit better. The kids might disagree. I meant to ask Jonty while he was there, but he brought out his camera and I got distracted. I've been supposed to be on jury duty this week. Well, I am on jury duty this week, but every day I'm not called in. They send you a text at the end of the day, or you can check a website or ring something. But only once I checked the website, and then they sent me a text 15 minutes later anyway, saying you are not required at the courtroom. So I guess if they work out all their pleas, they're not pleading guilty. The other thing is I've been quite breathless. Oops, did I pat the mic then? So
yeah, definitely feeling all the side effects. I know that I'm safe, so I haven't been panicking, but just feeling this is like more hardcore than previously. Investigating other kind of medications to try and help keep the arthritis away as much as I can. So, you know, just knowing that when I go back on the trial, it's going to all start up again. So just trying to get, like, I can't avoid it. No, I can avoid it, but I can't, like, it will happen, but I'm doing what I can to avoid it for as long as possible. Anyway, let's go shopping. Nice and rainy. Okay, let's have a look at what we're going to get. So I am in the Shiraz section because Alex is a Shiraz man. This one's, I've got a Grant Burge because it says, because I don't know enough about wines, I'm just going through and I'm just reading the labels. And if they say it's good for cellaring, I'm going with that. And I got one down where they had it was cellar. I don't even know what brand that is. The Siege by the group. A 2023 McLaren Shiraz. I don't know whether the music is too loud here. Grant Burge. Funnily enough, the Taylors, we love the Taylors wine. That's just a drink now wine for him. I have not been drinking, so I haven't done this very much, but I've picked up a zero alcohol. And I feel like I shouldn't keep going because I reckon this music is going to get me a copyright. Pepper Jack is also Alex's favourite. Might have to say that all again later. Next, I'm going into a delicatessen because I want to make a chocolate cake that calls for Dutch cocoa. So I'm just going to see if I can find the fancy cocoa in here. Oh, really, really wet. Whoops. I don't even know what these are and I want to buy them because they're pretty bottles. I'm such a sucker. Okay, Dutch cocoa. Where will you be? Oh, so yummy looking. Ooh. I kind of wish chicken salt. My kids love chicken salt, but this looks interesting. It's like a chicken salt mayonnaise. Don't know how much it is. Makes me want to go home and cook some quiches. My kids probably wouldn't eat that. They don't have Dutch cocoa. Suggested somewhere else. I did actually find it in Woolworths once, so maybe I should just go for another look there. I thought it might be better quality in here. But anyway, she said the cocoa's really hard to get at the moment, the good quality stuff. So that's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, Alex probably wouldn't even care if I just use good old Cadbury cocoa that I usually use. But the recipe called for Dutch cocoa, so by golly, I was looking for Dutch cocoa. I'm even wondering, like I said, I bought some in Woolworths. So I may have, but I looked the other day and I don't think I do have any left. Anyway, okay, so, oh man, I'll show you a shot. I think I've just really hurt my ankle. I've had these shoes that I've been wearing non-stop all year, and they've got exposed toes. They've been super comfortable, and I've ADHD lost them. I don't know whether I've talked to you about ADHD loss before. If it's ADHD lost, it's not in a logical place. Well, I'll remember what it is when I find them. But it's not logical. I can't find them. I thought that I'd left them outside my bedroom door, so it is possible that somebody's put them somewhere. Weird. Anyway, I've worn sneakers and rub my toe really badly because they're not used to getting enclosed. And this morning my toe was hurting really badly when I put the closed-in shoes on, so I put on a dumb pair of shoes, which I knew I had to be careful because they have no grip. And I got in the car, talked to you, and then I went to leave and I thought, oh, the wine bottles in the back are rattling around, so I thought I'm going to shove like a bag or something in between them so they don't rattle. And I probably rushed in the wet weather and I slipped over. So I think I've skinned my knees. My knees are all wet and my ankle really hurts. I fell right over. There's a lady walking past with her umbrella and she's like, are you okay? Because I yelled out, so I feel stupid. Yeah, so now I'm feeling miserable and it hurts to walk. Well, it did to get back to the driver's seat, so now I've got to buy Alex a card at least. Oh, and I wanted to buy some coffee from the kids. Kids could give him one of the bottles of wine though. No, Jonty wants to buy them a weather station. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, can you see these stupid shoes? I'll move backwards. See, my knees are all wet. There's my stupid shoes, and even it's annoying me because one has gold on the end and I don't know what's happened to the other one. They're very pretty shoes, but they have no grip, and that is what's causing me grief when I put on closed-in shoes. And that's probably going to be wet now if I go to Grand Central and walk around, and I think my knee's skinned underneath there. Just hobbling around in my stupid shoes, getting stuff for Alex tomorrow for birthday breakfast. Okay, I only had one bag in my handbag. It's full, no Dutch cocoa. I just bought another one that Plasto I know is good quality, and I'm calling it a day. Okay, groceries in the car. Does anybody get this in shopping centres? I hate these poles. I have scraped my car on them before, so I am a little bit worried about them. So, please Jesus, help me get out of here without hitting that. Finally here at the right time. Like stuck. I'm looking for coffee for Alex, but I might extend my voucher. Okay, this is a Toowoomba local blend, but the Toowoomba place was shut. Alex got it from his mum for Christmas and really loved it, so I thought at least he'll have it for breakfast tomorrow. And all the good pastries were gone, which was sad. Oh, but I've got this delicious looking sausage roll because it is lunchtime. Well, I can just make a birthday cake tomorrow on the day. I contacted my clinical trial coordinator to see if I could just change the way that I was taking the steroids, thinking that I'm not feeling well and it's the steroids' fault. However, my doctor just rang and he said to go to emergency and get a chest x-ray. I'm just going to go to the base because I hate how much money I'm going to pay if I go to the private hospital. Haven't even packed my bag. You know how normally I will pack a bag just in case. Even doing that. Still hobbling because of the knee. I think it's just bruised. I just checked it out. It's just tiny little grazes on my knee. Just hurts. Got kids coming home, but I am a bit breathless. And he said, you don't know if it's the thymoma, whether it's growing. And I was thinking, it's not. Now I'm like, well, it could be actually, because I haven't been on treatment for so long because of the arthritis. And I did get, oh man, this is going to be the pits if it's growing. Oh. Okay, let's go check this out. I also got in trouble from my doctor because I said, well, I Googled side effects of the steroids. It's like no patient of mine should ever Google. I'm like, I'm sorry. But if I ring you up, you tell me to go to the emergency, and it takes a long time. Anyway, he knows more than me. And you're going to all tell me off now too, saying just go to emergency. But anyway, I'm not going to justify it at the moment. I've already been into emergency, and then I sat down and realised I left my phone in the car. So I've just come back, walking slowly. My ankle's fine, it just hurts a little bit. And my knee is bruised. Anyway, because I'm doing immunotherapy, they want to put me in a bay to wait. Just makes me curious because it's not as bad with immunotherapy as, yeah, see, I am breathless, as chemo. Okay, I'm hooked up to ECG. I've got the cords coming out, waiting to see a doctor. Been put in a room away from the waiting room because I'm an immunotherapy patient, just waiting, and I'm now thinking I should have gone to the private hospital because they'll be able to compare my x-rays, because that's where I last got my x-rays done. So I've just found my app and opened on the phone to see if that will help at all. I am a bit worried that it's cancer growing, because I'm worried that I'll not be on the trial anymore because they'll say, well, the side effects are making it too far in between treatments, so it's growing and you'll need to go onto chemo. And that will just be horrible, and my hair's just starting to look good finally. See, I have to sit in here by myself and I'm doing other things, but I don't like the thought of that. I've now seen the doctor, and they probably want to put a cannula in which case I've said, can we please use the port? I'm gonna have to find somebody who can access the port. Which probably will mean if there's nobody in emergency, they'll get someone down from an oncology. I've done this before, so it should be okay. Possibility. Doctor came in checking for DVT, waiting for an x-ray, waiting to see if someone, she just asked then, somebody could access the port, and said, oh, you know, something about being admitted if something's happening, which I don't want to be admitted into the public hospital, and I should have gone up to private. In the meantime, there's my knee, which is quite sore, and my ankle is a tiny bit swollen when the doctor noticed it. I don't know whether that's, I think it's a combination of blood and dirt. Okay, hooray. I've got my port accessed. A very lovely male nurse, and he had another male nurse student with him, so he got a lot of lessons about PICC lines, PICC lines, ports, so that was good. Still waiting. It's been quite the video day today. Didn't expect to be up here at a hospital, but here I am. Still at hospital. It is, hang on, bad angle there, 8:11. I think I got here around 4:30. Yay. I think maybe it's because they can't compare images, because normally I get my images taken over at Queensland X-ray. I'm really, really regretting my decision to come to the base. It's taking a long time, and yeah, I should have just gone to St. Vincent's.
Anyway, and they're still saying, depending on what the x-rays show, they might send me off for a CT. Just started getting hungry. I said to Alex, I bought prawns yesterday. We're going to just do prawns with some rice, like a bit of a fried rice type of thing. Don't know whether I'll feel like it by the time I get home. Now, for those of you who've been feeling, by the way, who's noticed that annoying little pimple? It's been there and not getting away. Those of you who have been following my journey, you would have seen that I, in fact, was here editing a video. And so you probably know a little bit of what's been going on. Anyway, I was recording a little snippet in a previous video about my friends Jason and Dana and their beautiful wedding renewal vows with him as a terminal cancer patient. So go back and watch that beautiful video if you haven't watched it already. Anyway, I'm like talking into the camera and I saw it turned out to be the doctor. I thought it was a nurse. Anyway, I saw them out of the corner of my eyes and I just ignored them and kept on videoing. The next thing he walked in here and I had to stop it. But yeah, so this x-ray, not CT scan, he's thinking that he might need to do a CT. See, there's people walking around everywhere. The x-ray doesn't look too different from an x-ray back in 2023, but they didn't want to compare it to a CT scan because they only want to compare an x-ray to an x-ray and a CT to a CT. So, yeah, but that has made me feel a bit more confident. They kind of want to do a CT. I said, ask my doctor. I kind of think maybe it would be better to go and get that done at Queensland X-Ray, so they're easier to compare and perhaps easier for my doctor to look at, in which case I might be able to do it tomorrow. Anyway, we'll see. And yeah, so they're pretty happy with all my stats. There's another blood test that they could do, so they might do that. But if it came back negative, it would be perfect. If it came back positive, they would want to go and do a CT. So yeah, I'm still here. Let me check the time. The time is 8:50. So what's that mean? I'm not great at maths, so I have to do the whole, I arrived here at 4:30, that means 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. I've been here for 4 hours and 20 minutes. It would have been quicker at the private. But anyway, I do this every time. I'm always like, do I want to spend the money or not? And I thought maybe because I had chest pain and shortness of breath and that, it might have been a bit quicker. But it wasn't. And I've actually just been talking to Dana, and because Jason and her are very used to coming up to emergency, and she was like, yeah, no, that does not always get you through. So anyway, it's $500 just to walk in the door at St. Vincent's, and yeah, I kind of really did not think that I would get admitted. If you get admitted, it's still $500, but the x-ray fees you wouldn't have to pay for. So anyway, it's okay. Like, we could have paid the money if we had to, but I just thought, oh no, I'll do it this way this time. And it's okay, it's only my time really. So I shouldn't really be complaining. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just, I'm just like, oh, have I made the wrong decision? Is it harder for my doctors this way? They can make it all work, really. Like, I don't have to pay lots of money just to make it easier for them. Really? Kind of? Is that right? Tell me, nurses. Okay, I got interrupted then, happily by the doctor. Happily, who has looked at my x-ray. X-ray has come back that it doesn't seem to be too different from 2023, but they're still not sure whether they want to do a CT or whatever. But that's made me feel heaps better. So there you go. Of course, the moment I ask to go to the toilet, the wardie comes to get me for the CT. All hooked up to everything, which is a pain. But 10:25. He's gone to get a wheelchair. So that's what I'm waiting for at the moment. And I keep adding things, which I don't need a wheelchair, but I am limping because of my ankles just hurt a little bit from that fall earlier today, so I'm kind of grateful. Okay, it is now, oh God, actually, it is now 11:26 and I've just asked for some food. I hate hospital sandwiches, but I'm getting pretty hungry. I had a scone just before I left and a cup of tea. Of course, I then had to do a wee just when the orderly came to get me for the CT. But anyway, really want to go home. I've finished editing the video and I bought this at Bookfest. It's a bit of a Aussie primary school classic, but I've never read it, so it's quite funny. I can see why my mum didn't put it on my reading rotation though. It's, yeah. It's 1:12 a.m. and I am finally out of emergency, which obviously means I am fine. In the car park, I'll have to wait and see how much this has cost me tonight, but like I just said to the nurse, it has cost me a lot less than going to the private. But oh my gosh, if I was about to do the same thing all over again, I would have gone to the private, because that took a very long time. At least I got a video edited for you all, heading at Alice and Ashley. It's actually quite good to pass time in a hospital reading a kid's book. It's part of being a teacher. I don't know. I just like kids' literature. I'm up to page 77 out of 194 pages. Does anyone else do that? It's like seeing how many pages there are and how many I've got left to go. Oh, yep, and I need to make sure I've got the purse with the parking ticket in there to get out of the gate. Yeah. So, I should be telling you now, it hurts to bend my knee to get in the car from my injury earlier in the day. It is now officially Alex's 51st birthday. Oh golly, my poor old knee. Yes, so what was I about to say to you? I don't know. Yep, so basically everything came back. Well, the heart's looking fine, the lungs are looking fine. They screened me for 4 big viruses, which I didn't have any, but my white blood cells were down, so they thought I probably had some minor virus. And I said, well, I did have a sore throat the other day, and he's like, well, that probably makes sense. So that was the only thing wrong, was my lymphocytes were down a bit. Yeah. So I don't know whether that just means it's what I suspected and it's just body reacting to steroids. But you can hear I am breathless. But it is so good. I've had a CT scan now. I can take this off too. I've had a CT scan. I know it's not cancer growth. He said the cancer looks stable. Yay. I was a little bit worried. You would have seen I was a little bit worried. But yeah, now I'm finished. Let's go home. Oh, I'm going to be tired tomorrow. Anyway, thank you always for watching and being a part of my life. Thank you guys. Okay, see ya.